Women's United Soccer League League 2 contest featuring FC Motown, STA, and your Manhattan Soccer Club. And now let's meet the starting lineups. First, for Motown. At goalkeeper number 1, Ryan Friedberg. A defender number 2, Maximus Jennings. A defender number 3, Chris Tiao. A defender number 4, Andre Fuente. A midfielder number 5, Bryce LaBelle. An attacker number 9, Emil Yaskulinen. A midfielder number 11, Kyle Linhairs. Midfielder number 12, Micah Garnett. A midfielder number 18, Jason Brugi. A midfielder number 22, Ethan Harris. Defender number 33, Elijah Hope. The head coach of FC Motown is Tom Shields. He is assisted by Matty Farrell, Ed Duddy, Duncan Swanwick, David Pekarik, Alan McClintock, and Zach Roth. And now, please welcome the 2023 Manhattan Soccer Club starting 11. A goalkeeper out of Columbia University, number 13, Michael Culodi. A defender out of St. John's University, number 2, Jordan Bayla. A defender out of Duke University, number 5, Cameron Aceto. A defender out of Manhattan College, number 6, Nassim Aki. A forward from St. John's University, number 7, Max McNulty. A midfielder from Manhattan College, number 10, Gunnar Studenhoff. A midfielder from Maryland University, number 20, Joe Suhetsky. A midfielder from Wake Forest, number 27, Cooper Flats. A midfielder from Yale, number 33, Max Rogers. A defender from Columbia University, number 38, Carmine Falco. And a midfielder from St. John's University, number 49, Antek Shenkiel. The head coach of Manhattan Soccer Club in his 4th season is Ray Salvadore. The officials are Nikolai Povev, Martin Perez, Keenan Kaptanovich, and Justin Lopez. Ladies and gentlemen, would you now please rise and remove your caps for the United States Coast Guard's rendition of our national anthem.
From Marillac Field on the campus of College of Mount St. Vincent, it's another edition of USL League 2 Soccer right here on Coach's Corner NYC. This evening, it's your Manhattan Soccer Club taking on FC Motown STA in this Metropolitan Division clash here on Coach's Corner NYC. We welcome you to the broadcast booth. Joey Jarzinka here alongside my entire crew. We've got Neri Amaducci to my right, Navraj Sandhu, Dylan Smith, Brian Stewart, and the rest of our crew joining us in a few short moments. We've got a fantastic battle today as Manhattan Soccer Club will look to avenge their late tie and that late draw that they had to take against Cedar Stars, where they drew 2-2 after a late goal from Cedar Stars in the final few moments of stoppage time. So that was really a bummer, where they were only able to come away with 1 point as opposed to winning getting the result and the 3 points. As for FC Motown STA, they come in 1-1-0 with their first win coming against Morris Elite Soccer Club by a score of 4-1, but then they fell to the second-year team in Hudson Valley, the Hammers, and they fell by a score of 3-1. So we'll take a peek at the first 11 for head coach Ray Sevildore, and the Manhattan Soccer Club lineup is led by the senior goalkeeper Michael Collodi, and the four defenders in front of him, Jordan Bailon, Carmine Falco, Nazim Aki, and Cameron Acito, the ACC freshman of the year out at Duke. The four midfielders are Joe Suhetsky, Cooper Flax, as well as Antek Shenkiel, Max Rogers out of Yale, and the two forwards, Max McNulty and Gunnar Studenoft. On the other side for head coach Tom Shields in FC Motown, it's led by the All-Northeast Region second team out of Cornell is Ryan Friedberg. The defenders in front of him, he has Tio Puente Jennings Hope. LaBelle Harris are the midfielders, Lynn Hares, as well as Brugi, Garnett, and Jaskalainen. And Jaskalainen is the forward. And let's do it here from Marillac Field as we get set to go. And a late foul nice and early. And it looked as if an injury to start things off just a few seconds into the battle. And it looks as if that Bryce LaBelle, the defender out of Sparta, New Jersey, goes to Louisville in the ACC. Sent all the way down. Now in favor of Nazim Aki. Out of Manhattan. MAC Defender of the Year. All MAC first team. And it looks like a foul there on Emil Jaskalainen. So FC Motown, with their 2 games so far, they're playing in their 3rd game for head coach Ray Sevildore in his 2nd game this season, their 2nd game on Marillac Field's pitch. Again, they fell by a score, rather they drew against Cedar Stars. The score even at 2 and a little bit of a push will result in a foul. And it looks like a card They're issued on FC Motown. Can't see exactly who that card was on, but falling down there was Jordan Balon, the graduate defender out of Morristown, New Jersey, as well as St. John's exactly at midfield. Just a tad over. Entering the 3rd minute of play. Already a yellow card shown to STA. Nice and early here for the opposition. It's Cooper Flax along the near side for Carmine Falco. Now sending it right back this time. It's Camran Acito. Sent all the way down on the near side toward the forward Max Rogers. Along the far touchline now, it's Manhattan Soccer Club trying to get it away from certain midfield pressure. And it's Nazim Aki, freshman defender out of Bordeaux, France. MAC Defender of the Year at Manhattan in the MAC. All MAC first team, 18 games played, 17 of those were starts. Registered a couple of assists against Holy Cross and FDU in 2022. This one sent just in front of the bench. And a throw-in ensuing for Manhattan Soccer Club. Well, looking at the Metropolitan Division standings, or the table rather, Rough Riders lead the way with 6 points, 2-0-0 for NJ Copa FC. They won their first game. Hudson Valley Hammers, they won their first game too. The Flames, they won their first game, but then fell in their second. They've got 3 points. FC Motown, as we said, they won their opener, but then fell in their second game against Hudson Valley Hammers, as this one is sent just in front, can't get anything to go, was Manhattan. And now taken away this time, it's Cooper Flax, who scored the first goal of the season for Manhattan Soccer Club. And now this one sent in by Manhattan. And I'll try it again for Carmine Falco. Now sent in by Rogers, the Sydney, Australia native. Went to Yale just before Yale was at Fordham for the 2021 A-10 championship team with Carlo Acquista, as well as their very talented goalkeeper in Callum James, who is an absolute rock in net for Fordham. This one sent along to the middle for Falco. It's Rogers, and poked away this time by STA. It's Antek Shenkiel. Cooper Flax. And now Falco along the end line. Tough play there for Andre Puente out of LIU. And another foul there on FC Motown, and tough to get up. There was Carmine Falco out of Manhasset High School. Went to Columbia. 16 games played, 15 of those were starts, 6 shots this past season. Had 1 shot on goal at Manhattan. So Falco, Aki, Studenoft, they all know each other. And some friendly fire there, and falling down on the pitch, there was Baylon. Now back in the middle, there is Flax. Flax getting tripped up. And it looks as if that pretty much every single call here by the center official in Nikolai Popov they're calling pretty much every little thing. So now both Motown and Manhattan Soccer Club, they have to be very careful. Slow to get up. There was Suhetsky. This one taken away this time and just turned away there by Kolodi. And it looked as if that Kyle Linhares was the one to poke that one away. And now the first corner kick of the afternoon coming in the 8th minute of play, and it'll be for Manhattan Soccer Club. Friedberg, Tio, LaBelle, Jennings, Puente, Hope, Harris, Brugge, Linhares, Jaskalainen, and Garnett are the first 11 for head coach Tom Shields. That one goes just far for Jennings, and it'll be an offside call on on FC Motown. So Motown and STA joined forces last season. And in the first campaign, it was Alan McClintock, who is the sporting director now for FC Motown. He was the head coach of their inaugural team back in 2021, 6-6-2 with 20 points, had 18 goals on the season. They had a +3 differential in goal totals last season. They did one better, even though they had an under 500 record, 5-6-3. 18 total points, but had a goal differential of +6. But they had a tough ending to their season where they fell in 3 straight and missed the playoffs because of that. Throw in on the near touchline, and that's Tio. Tio tries to get it away from Antek Schenkiel. And now that ball being thrown underneath the trainer's table there by Tio. Not too thrilled with that. And they'll keep it going. It's Carmine Falco, the freshman defender, who will be a sophomore in roughly 2 months. And Studenoft getting called for the foul, and there will be a clear warning on the senior forward Gunnar Studenoft out of the Cayman Islands. A lot of positive things from the 6'3", 200-pound forward. He's out of the Cayman Islands, went to Manhattan, was named to the All-Mac second team, made his debut against Holy Cross, played there for just 1 season, 5 goals, 5 assists. And the 2 goals that he had came against Holy Cross. That was the 2. Had a game-winning goal against Fairfield. As Studenoff tries to send this one far, and a shot looked like blocked there by McNulty. And now sending it the other way for Motown. Comes back is Brugge. And here comes Motown with a burst of speed. On the defensive side of things, it's Jordan Baylon who is able to knock things off kilter for Garnett and STA. It's Ethan Harris. Tries to get through a few defenders and gets bodied there by Aki, and that one goes just wide, and it will be a goal kick upcoming for Kolodi. Well, the senior goalkeeper, Michael Kolodi, out of Frisco, Texas, goes to Columbia in the Ivy, was named in All-Ivy honorable mention, 15 games played, and all of which were starts, allowed 20 goals this season, but had a 1.33 goals against average. And it was a tough season for Columbia, 1-8-6 this past season. Had 4 clean sheets. And probably his most memorable game this season was against St. John's when they earned a clean sheet back on September 12th in a crucial victory against them. And this is the second straight year that Kolodi named to the All-Ivy honorable mention team. And now in midfield for Antek Schenkiel, also out of St. John's. Newtown, Pennsylvania native, named to the All-Big East second team. 7 goals this year. Led the squad for head coach Dave Mazur and company. Again, just 2 years out of their NCAA tournament run against Princeton and Oregon State, where they fell out west back in 2021. With a burst of speed is Shenkia looking for Rogers along the near touchline and just too far, and he cannot keep it in. And a throw-in ensuing for STA. Motown moving it up ahead. This time for Kyle Linares along the near touchline. Entering the 18 on a little bit of a cross here, coming for Jaskalainen. And a lot of positive accolades for Jaskalainen, who comes in as the reigning NEC Player of the Year for Long Island University, for LIU and the Sharks, for head coach Michael Mordacco. And what a job Jaskalainen has done through the last 3 seasons out on Long Island. This is Flax, turning it around towards Shenkiel. Along the near wing. This time for Falco. Shenkiel back. It's Flax with a give and go with Suhetsky. Shenkiel pushing it up ahead for Studenoft and taken away by a couple of defenders. SCA will have some numbers once again. This time, it's Linares. Linares one-on-one there with Acito, and a corner kick coming up for STA, and so much positive about Kamran Acito, the freshman defender out of Manhattan. Went to the Trinity School, and from what head coach Ray Sevaldori has told us, a prized possession that he's got. He's out of Duke and was named the ACC Freshman of the Year, all-freshman team, 3rd team, all-South region, and played a whopping 98.4% of the regular season minutes and missed a grand total of 1 minute during the season. That one's poked away there by Collodi. And now at the top of the 18 for Manhattan. Now entering the upper portion is Manhattan. They've got some room to work with. Hitting the brakes here is Manhattan on a cross for Flax. Off the right boot now this time. And a shot into the glove there of Friedberg from Joe Suhetsky. Entering the 15th minute of play, we are still scoreless here in this one. Joey Jarzinka with you alongside our producer, Nariam Aducci, our entire Coach's Corner NYC crew from Marillac Field on the campus of College of Mount St. Vincent. And a handball there on STA, and you're seeing the center official talk there with Jason Brugi, the junior midfielder out of Rutgers. He's having none of that here this evening. It's Elijah Hope, the freshman out of UConn. Can't keep anything in the attacking third for Manhattan. Suhetsky along the far side, and they're trying to call that one out of play. And another takedown from STA. Manhattan possession. So they had some changes just a few moments before the game. Tyler Glassberg, Michael Lorette, Lucas Baritas, Nicholas Florio Chateau, Danny Moya, and Alec McLaughlin are the 7 reserves for Manhattan. McLaughlin out of St. Francis, Brooklyn. Florio Chateau out of St. John's. Danny Moya out of Temple. This is Falco on a cross and can't get anything to go, entering the 17th minute of play. Now Joey Jarzinka back with you. And now here comes Manhattan again. And a booming shot goes into the parking lot. And it looked like this time by Max Rogers. So Ryan Friedberg out of Westfield, New Jersey, was named Ivy League Rookie of the Year after putting up 14 wins, 4 losses, 1 tie, and had a 69.4 save percentage, the third ever Cornell player named Rookie of the Year, and he joined a prestigious list of Richard Stimson back in 1997 and Amika Anelli back in 2018, so definitely a star-studded list there for the Cornell Big Red. And Friedberg joins that list just as a freshman. And he's got a long ways to go in his collegiate career to be able to just continue adding on these accolades. It's Falco getting things away toward Schenkiel on a cross, looking for Suhetsky, and goes just above the head there of Friedberg. A lot of opportunities here for Manhattan Soccer Club through the first 20 minutes of action here on Coach's Corner NYC. We've got a real good one today, and as we were doing our preparation for this, we got a chance to take a peek and see the schools that these players hail from, the towns that they hail from, and my goodness, Georgetown, Louisville, Rutgers, Providence, Cornell, Colgate, Butler, LIU, just to name a few, and there's so many more. And that's just for Motown. You look at for Manhattan Soccer Club, St. Francis Brooklyn, which is no more, Duke, Columbia, Wake Forest, St. John's, Maryland, Temple. This one's on a cross. Tried to head that. Was Max McNulty. And big stop there by Ryan Friedberg. There's also a few other players for head coach Tom Shields and STA that are reserves, but we'll get to those later on. This is Schenkiel. Sends this out now toward Flax. Falco. And now they'll restart with Acito. Aki. Inside for Suhetsky. And another give and go. Studenoft. It's Baylon. And nothing doing. Should result in a goal kick, and yes, it will. Reserves for Tom Shields and company. Alec Lowe out of Providence. He's a goalkeeper. Defender Peter Tolkien out of Butler. Samuel Sarver out of Indiana. Thomas Svikula is out of Quinnipiac. He's the Slovakian fifth year. As well as a couple of high schoolers. Giacomo Zizza out of Morris Knowles High School. Patrick Weir, a defender, committed to UPenn in the Ivy. And also Brendan McSorley, who is the teammate of Alec Lowe up in Providence. This is Schenkiel going through a trio of defenders. Right back, and couldn't get anything to go, was Studenoft. And this should be a really fun duo with Studenoft and Schenkiel here this season. Two of the top players on their respective teams as this one is sent ahead for Studenoft. He's got an ideal one, and he scores! Gunnar Studenoft! What a job, the senior forward out of the Cayman Islands, able to get Manhattan on the board. It's 1-0 in favor of Manhattan.
Manhattan Soccer Club goal by number 10, Gunnar Studenoff.
Gunnar Studenoff, named to the All-MAC second team, had 5 goals this season, this past season, 5 assists, 2 goals in his Manhattan debut against Holy Cross, and also had a goal and assist in their conference game against Mount St. Mary's this past season. Big opportunity there for Manhattan Soccer Club, and they were able to execute when the time is right. And now we continue on. Here in the 23rd minute of play, with a humongous effort there from Studenoft, and it looks as if is that Antek Schenkiel, the St. John's product. Let's take a peek and see from our vantage point. It looks as if that it is. He's okay. And it looked like a bit of friendly fire. So 1-0 in favor of Manhattan. And now it's Andre Puente with the left boot all the way up top. And getting around the goalkeeper there is Jaskalainen. And on a cross, big opportunity, and what a defensive stop there by Carmine Falco. Collodi back in the net. And a humongous opportunity for STA to try and even things up. But the defense and that back line of Manhattan Soccer Club coming up absolutely crucial there. The freshman defender Carmine Falco on the stop. On a throw in this time. Sent all the way down. And a bit of a tussle there along the near touchline. And they have to be careful since this fixture just in front of us is all brick. And it looks as if that a water jug was the casualty of that entire one. Well, I feel bad for that water jug. Max Rogers trying to talk with the AR1 and trying to tell the assistant referee that he's being bear hugged. Elijah Hope, as well as Balon in the back. So corner kick upcoming for Tio. Senior defender out of Randolph, New Jersey, out of Rutgers. We'll talk about him later on in our broadcast. And what a senior season he was able to put together. For head coach McElderry down in Piscataway. STA couldn't get anything to go. Another send in, headed away there this time by Acito. And a big stop there, or rather a shot there by Emil Jaskalainen, who was unable to get anything to go, but will result in the second corner kick for FC Motown. So another opportunity for STA here to try and get the equalizer. Headed almost on the left side of Collodi was Maximus Jennings, the Georgetown product. Played 16 games this past season, 9 shots. Had a couple of shots on goal against Butler and at Tulsa in his sophomore season. Collodi from the 6 sends one along the near touch line, awfully close, and goes out of play. Now a throw in from Tio. It's Falco. And now sent up ahead this time by Aki. It's Brugge. Along the far wing. And now on the near side for Rogers. Up ahead, it's McNulty. McNulty, 1 versus 2 at the top of the 18, Schenkiel. And it looked as if it was skidded toward the net to Friedberg, but it may have been deflected off of a defender. Nonetheless, a shot on goal there for Antek Schenkiel. So Schenkiel and McNulty will be teammates in Jamaica Queens come next season. Jordan Baylon is a graduate or just graduated, so his eligibility is done. So will not be the three-headed monster here next season. But a lot of these folks playing in Big East competition, and a lot of these players will be student athletes come the fall, and they'll all be seeing one another again with their respective programs. Also keep in mind, too, folks, Akron is now an associate member in the Big East, so now they have a total of 12 teams in Big East-sponsored soccer. So that's definitely something that's pretty cool to see, and to just continuing to increase the competition and the level of competition in one of the best conferences in the country. No bias, of course. It's STA on the far side, backpedaling. And now taken away. There is Aki. On the wing, turning around was Suhetsky. And getting pushed around there, Elijah Hope in the throw-in. And now it's Linares. Chris Teo, one of the best defenders in the Big Ten, plays for Rutgers. Turning around rather quickly is Linares. He's got some opportunities there at the top of the 18, but unable to find Jaskalainen. Harris on a give and go, and back to the back line for LaBelle. LaBelle inside, just too far. Therefore, Linares along the near side. And again, backpedaling for Teo on another cross. Just too far there for Jaskalainen, and nearly too far for Garnett. Up ahead too much, and probably would have been an offside nonetheless. And a yellow card issued to Max Rogers. So that's the second card shown this evening. And a handball there on STA. Now Cooper Flax trying to just nonchalantly move that ball up a tiny bit, and the official said, no, not too funny, just move it back. Motown with possession. Aki all the way down for Studenoft. Studenoft looking for his second tally of the afternoon. And that will be a yellow card for Ryan Friedberg. And Studenoft is down. We'll take a quick break here on Coach's Corner NYC as Studenoft is checked out. Well, about a minute has gone by, entering the 34th minute. That should be added on stoppage time as the trainer comes off the pitch. Studenoff looks to be okay. Back in the 18. It'll be a free kick on the outside from Rogers off the left boot and poked away there by Emil Jaskalainen. And now it's Puente, taken away this time by Aki. And now in the center circle, it's Falco and back for Collodi. A 1-0 Manhattan Soccer Club advantage. And STA trying to put the pressure on Manhattan Soccer Club. Again, trying to get its second win of the season for Motown. Meanwhile, Manhattan looking to get their first 3 points of the season. Again, their opening contest here inside the friendly confines of Marillac Field. They didn't fall. They surrendered that stoppage time goal. And what a tough moment for Manhattan Soccer Club after, for nearly 35 minutes on the pitch, they had a 1-goal advantage and simply could not get the result that they were looking for. Taken down, and this time was Aki. It's Rogers along the near touchline. Acito. Aki. Acito is the center back. Falco. Up ahead for Rogers. On a cross, looking there for Studenoff, and couldn't find anything. Falco gets it back. Falco over to Suhetsky. And now McNulty. Just in front of that far corner flag, and instead of sending that one out there with the left boot, looked like it was poked away there by the UConn freshman Elijah Hope. So it'll be another corner kick for Manhattan, and taking it will be the sophomore Max Rogers. Or rather the senior. And Max Rogers, and a big shot there by Acito. Nothing directly into the legs there of a few STA defenders. And now coming back the other way is Motown. And this time looks to be Hope. Now it's Linares at the top of the 18, sending it to Garnett. Nothing doing again. Top of the 18 comes Linares. Tio will restart. Harris. Brugge. Up ahead, and the offside flag waved off. Handball for McNulty? No, says the officials, and Manhattan has possession. Schenkiel for Rogers along the near touchline in front of the bench of STA. And back for Schenkiel, a little bit of pushing and shoving there with Brugge. And now it's Aki again. It's Schenkiel in the center circle with the left boot, just too far there for Studenoff. And it looked like also on the far side too, Jordan Baylon was there too. Brugge set right back in front. Brugge again, nearly took down Aki. And now Schenkiel will get called for a foul there on Brugi. Antek Schenkiel, redshirt junior out of Newtown, Pennsylvania. YSC Academy by way of St. John's. All Big East second team, as we brought up 7 goals, led the team back in 2022. Had a hat trick against Lehigh, 1 goal against Loyola, Maryland. 1 against Georgetown, 1 against Seton Hall, and the other against Butler. Entering the 41st minute of play, a free kick upcoming. With Linares taking it from about 30 yards out. Poking it away there with the header was McNulty. And big pushing and shoving there. Looked as if Studenoff, what a job he was able to do. It's Rogers with the pair of 33s doing battle. And now it's Linares. Back the other way off the chest. There of Puente. Here comes Motown. Brugi and Linares. And a foul there on Falco. Free kick upcoming, 41st minute. Really solid atmosphere here from College of Mount St. Vincent. Marillac Field is where we are. Second home game for the USL 2 club. This one sent down and poked away there by the goalkeeper Kolodi. Jaskalainen whiffed on that pass and nearly goes out of the way of STA. It's Studenoff putting on the wheels. Studenoff all alone, and behind him coming Linares. And a big stop. What do we have here? Do we have a card? Let's see. A card. No. What are they calling that one? Are they calling that one an embellishment type call? And it looks as if that so from our vantage point, and Studenoff looks like he will get the card. And for those that know hockey rules or anything along those lines, same thing with soccer too, it's pretty much an embellishment. And now Nikolai Popov, who we have seen for many, many years. We have seen Popov with some of these calls that some of the coaches on both sides are not too fond of. Back in a moment on Coach's Corner NYC. Studenoff down here in the 43rd minute. So Studenoff's getting help to the touchline. Florio Chateau is getting ready just in case. Right now they're playing with 10 on the pitch. And I think head coach Ray Sevildore is very hesitant on taking his very talented striker out of the game. And again, this is not like college, where you can have unlimited subs. Once the substitution comes out, just like FIFA rules, your day is complete. It's Tio. Again, playing with 10 is Manhattan Soccer Club. Brugge entering the 18 there for Tio, and a big stop at the wide mark of the 6 for Collodi. All right, so 2 minutes of stoppage time has been added on. Here in the first half. Again, a 1-0 lead, and Studenoft is able to tough this one out. And at least 2 minutes of stoppage time here in this one. Headed in for Falco, and we'll let it roll down there for Andre Puente. Ryan Friedberg with the goal kick upcoming. Friedberg at the top of the 6. Punts it away with Jaskalainen, Falco, and Studenoft. There'll be an offside call, looks like, from our vantage point. And that is the case, as this one has to be played back. 46th minute. And was an offside there on Studenoft. Now this time it's Suhetsky. Up ahead, Studenoft and McNulty. McNulty over the head, and it goes in! McNulty! 2-0 Manhattan Soccer Club. On the assist, Gunnar Studenoft.
Manhattan Soccer Club goal by number 7, Max McNulty. He's assisted by number 10, Gunnar Studenoft.
What a goal in stoppage time there by Max McNulty that went over the head of the Ivy League Rookie of the Year. And Manhattan Soccer Club, they look to be heading into the locker room to end the first half and go up by a score of 2-0. And to go in there with a 2-goal lead is absolutely crucial. Let's see how long the center official in Popov gives these two clubs. It's Jennings. And this is the first game played by Gunnar Studenoft. And again, 1 goal, 1 assist on the evening. It's Jaskalainen in the middle for Linares. And trying to find the midfielder Brugge. And it'll be halftime. 2-0 in favor of Manhattan Soccer Club. We'll be back here on Coach's Corner NYC in a few short moments, right here from Marillac Field as we get set to go for the second half. Speed entering the attacking third for FC Motown. Jaskalainen on a little bit of a touch pass entering the 18. And now on a cross. Looking again this time for Micah Garnett, who played at St. John's for a season, had a cup of coffee with University of Portland. Elijah Hope. And now Giacomo Zizzo is actually another one to come in. So that second sub also that came on was Giacomo Zizza, the high school senior out of Morris Knowles Boys School in New Jersey, committed to Lehigh as a junior. So he'll be playing with a few others, one of which being Owen Martin, one of Manhattan Soccer Club's defenders, who is not invited into the 18 this evening for MSC. Zizza replaced the freshman midfielder Ethan Harris out of Summit, New Jersey, and Colgate University in the Patriot. Acito, Schenkiel, a couple of midfielders having some issues there with him. And now this time it's the speedster Zizza. And now Flax. Flax, the midfielder, moving it up. Rogers with the left boot. It's McNulty. He's got Florio Chateau at the top of the six, but he had Maximus Jennings, the center back, in place at the right time. Movement here for STA. And a big stop there by Falco. Entering the 18 is STA along the far side. Linares. 1 versus 2. Rogers is there along the end line. STA able to keep it in. Big opportunity. Big stop there by Collodi. What a clear now for Manhattan Soccer Club as they were able to get that ball out of harm's way in the last few seconds. My goodness, entering the 51st minute of play, and Collodi is able to bear hug that soccer ball and get on top of that. Opportunities galore for FC Motown STA here in the last minute to 2 minutes in change. Off the head of Florio Chateau. Do the officials agree? They do. Nicholas Florio Chateau, he's a junior, will be a senior. And the season start for St. John's. Blew out his ACL against Oregon State in the second round of the NCAA tournament back in 2021. Played 13 games, all of which were off the bench. 9 shots, 1 shot on goal. That came against Princeton in the first round of the NCAA tournament over at Belson Stadium. Now this is Rowe. He is a collegiate student athlete, but has yet to see the pitch for Providence in his 2 years up on Federal Hill. And up in the Ocean State, again, he has yet to see the field in Big East play, or even at all. So definitely some quality minutes for the sophomore keeper in Alec Lowe. Get some time heading back to Providence come his junior season. Florio Chateau on the near side for Suhetsky with the left boot, looking for a cross on a header off of Rowe's hand. What a job and an opportunity for MSC, but an even better job there by the sophomore Alec Lowe. Corner kick upcoming for Rogers. And an even better cross. It's Rogers on a left boot from the corner, trying to head it in there. Looked like Acito. And again, the ACC Freshman of the Year. He is a center back trying to play that forward position there in the box. Trying to use that 6'2" height of his. Heading it down off the thigh, there was Elijah Hope. It's Linares. Hope on a cross. Aki on the stop, and now taken away once again by Garnett. Poke pass there for Hope. And off of Baylon, and should result in a corner kick. Or will that result in a throw-in? Let's see where we are here. Does not look like a sub will come in, and it will be a corner kick. Yeah, so no substitution coming on here. And it'll be Lynn Hares out of Teaneck. Looks like a bloody nose here on the near side as that one was poked away there again by an MSC defender. Big opportunity for Florio Chateau, but Elijah Hope had other ideas. The two Big East players doing battle here in Riverdale tonight. They keep rolling forward, and that was Acito. Brugi. Hope. LaBelle. Haven't called his name much here this evening. Acito back for Collodi. Collodi sending it down on the far touchline and headed in there by MSC and too far, where Acito will play it back. Suhetsky. Rogers, the Sydney, Australia native, with a burst of speed, dribbling it upward, up to Rogers again on the left boot. Big stop there by the defender. And again, poked away this time by the other. So Elijah Hope, big defensive opportunity. And again, still playing with 10 right now. Will they have some subs here for STA? They just might. They'll have to wait and see. Rogers on a right boot. Tried to head that one in there. In the box was Acito. So going back into the pitch was Linares, or onto the pitch was Linares, and now with him, STA returns to 11 players on the pitch. Playing it back as the left back. Baylon sends it down. Florio Chateau. Throw in for STA. And it should be a trio of Motown players making their way on. And now coming on here is Samuel Sarver. He's wearing 7. And another few making their way on as well. We'll bring those numbers to you shortly. So right now the big change here is the sophomore forward Samuel Sarver out of Chesterland, Ohio. Out of the Big Ten, plays at Indiana for the Hoosiers. So McSorley making his way on as well for Jaskalainen. And now the other side for Linares. Linares at the top of the 18. This time it's Garnett. Garnett, 1v1 there with Balon along the near side of the 18, and what a job there by a key, excuse me. And into the bench went that ball. Patrick Weir also making his way on too. He's wearing 32. And nearly an offensive opportunity for STA. And now Manhattan, it's McNulty. The other way this time for Garnett. And now the striker in Sarver. Linares had put on the brakes and then getting taken down. There was an STA player. Free kick upcoming for STA, and it'll be Chris Teo on the kick, and that one went just wide of the net and will result in another goal kick for Michael Collodi. Now they'll try it again and back for Acito. Aki is there too. Falco on the turn away, and a lot of opportunities here for Linares, on a shot goes just wide. '62nd minute of play. Here in this match, a gorgeous sky in the horizon. Acito. Give and go there with Aki. That's Balon. And poked away there by Patrick Weir, the high school defender out of Ramsey, New Jersey. FC Motown played for their USL Academy. Also committed to Penn. Will play in the Ivy next season. Taking a turn there was McNulty. And again, something that head coach Ray Sevaldore and company are trying to avoid is that stoppage time stunner that they had gotten a chance to experience in the first game. They are hoping that is a one-off type deal that they had to experience, and just too far on either side for both STA and MFC. Again, USL League 2 action here is brought to you by Coach's Corner NYC, as well as our official sponsor in Soccer Post, America's soccer store. '64th minute of play is where we are. Linares, Garnett entering the 18, big stop. That time by Baylon. Now a little quick story there with Micah Garnett, the sophomore, in his freshman campaign, played at St. John's, and it looks as if a little bit of pushing and shoving from what we gather. Let's take a peek and see here. And it looks as if that is the case. So, let's see what we've got. And this has turned into a chippy battle here between Motown STA and Manhattan Soccer Club. And again, we don't want to look too far into the future, but June 17th, I think some folks might have that date circled on the calendar, because that is the return game where MSC will take on FC Motown out at FDU Florham Park in Madison. And that'll be a fun one, especially after these two teams doing battle here. And should be another corner kick this time for Linares. Sarver nearly headed in, turnaround, nothing doing, and taken away there by a trio of defenders for MSC. Here comes Antek Shenkiel with a burst of speed. He's got STA defenders on his tail, and STA able to win that battle. For now, it'll be a throw-in. Rogers entering the 6 along the end line, but Alec Rowe is able to put his mark on it. Sends it over to Maximus Jennings. Linares. With the left boot. STA. And from our vantage point, it looks like Tyler Glassberg will make his way on for Antek Shenkiel at the next stoppage. Up ahead this time for McSorley. Another opportunity and a goal! It's Micah Garnett. Or rather, Brendan McSorley, the junior. So we were right the first time. It was Micah Garnett who got the goal. And Brendan McSorley with the assist. Parlin, New Jersey native with his first goal of STA season. So FC Motown STA getting a goal back. And you could see, too, with Manhattan, a little bit of different play. And you could see, we don't want to call it the desperation is a little bit less, but things have gone down a tiny bit in terms of putting the pedal to the metal. That's not really what we saw here with Manhattan down the stretch, so we'll see if they can come back into another gear. But FC Motown doing a fine job, able to get a goal on the board here in this one, and now another turnover for MSC. Here comes Linares. Linares on a diving stop there by Colodi. Off the header there of Aki. Now right back with Elijah Hope. And we have a yellow. Looks like we do. And it'll be a yellow card issued to Nassim Aki for Manhattan. And you can hear head coach Ray Sevildore say to his team, get your composure back. And now with that said, a free kick just in front of the STA bench, looking to put this game even at 2, but Colodi goes airborne and able to make the play. Colodi with some hops. Now moving it up toward Rogers. There was Falco. Now sent back for Suhetsky. And almost a turnover for MSC. Having to play this one back, 1 versus 2, sending it into the middle of the pitch. That is a tough play. And now all the way down with the left boot toward Glassberg. And now in the middle, there is Chateau. And you could see things are being played a tiny bit downward here. Again, pedal is not to the metal here for MSC here in this second half. And you could see it not only on the scoreboard, you could see it on the pitch too. But Motown, though, give credit to them. They have been really physical and aggressive here in this second half. That has, I think, put MSC on notice. Here comes Glassberg. Glassberg. And a big takeaway there by Jennings. And now here comes STA again. It's Hope. In front for Ziza. All the way across STA. Entering the 18 on the right. Getting taken down was a midfielder, no call. And STA is absolutely furious. Talk about a break there for Manhattan Soccer Club. And now this time, it's Garnett. Sarver, and a big clear for Manhattan Soccer Club. McNulty off the header, sending it back toward himself. A little bit of a push off there with Patrick Weir, the high school junior, going up against these tough, big-bodied collegiate student athletes here, playing as professional, semi-professional players. And a little bit of a touch there toward the speedster Linares. There he goes with McSorley, who had the assist on the Garnett goal and tried to cross it. Looks to be a corner kick. Let's see where we are. Or will it be a deep throw? And the latter, it will be. Linares at the top, spinning and turning. Back to McSorley. McSorley one-on-one there with Rogers. Rogers on the takeaway, but sends it out, and another throw-in in the attacking third for Motown. And again, this is the type of battle that we saw against Cedar Stars on Sunday, where that stoppage time goal came in the 93rd minute of play, and it was the tying goal where essentially MSC had subtracted 2 points in a span of about 3 seconds when that goal crossed that line. Can Motown do it here against MSC tonight, or can MSC find another gear in the second half? As that soccer ball nearly hit a couple of fans. Here in the stands, we keep on rolling. Chateau off the shin. And back in favor of Elijah Hope. Up front is Linares again, and taken away by MSC on essentially a pop-up there toward Hope. Turning around there is Flax. We'll have a foul here on Cooper Flax. Hold on, what do we have here? And again, we've got some pushing and shoving and a lot of words being exchanged. And a yellow card issued. No, it looks like Cooper Flax. Is the one that was shown the yellow card. And now things for Manhattan Soccer Club are really going in the opposite direction. Things are not going in the right direction for MSC. Things are going in the positive direction here in the 76th minute of play. We've got a good one here on Coach's Corner NYC. Manhattan 2, FC Motown 1. On a cross, it was Sarver that went out of play. Another deep throw in the attacking third, it's Linares. Linares at the top of the 18 tries to find some offensive help and instead found a key to send that one down, and there on the left boot. There was an MSC defender, and this time here it's McNulty. Opportunity for him. Is it long enough there for Rogers? And it looks like he can keep it in play. What a job there by the Yale product. And now this time it's Flax. Back to Rogers. Big moment for McNulty as he was unable to get anything to go just inside the 6 on that header. And it looks as if that we will have a sub here. It'll be Danny Moya making his way on. So Moya will come on. And it looks as if that he will come on for Florio Chateau. So his night is done. And Danny Moya, who dons number 30, he is a Long Island native out of Shirley, William Floyd High School, out on Long Island. Temple is where he plays. 6 games played, one of which was a start. Played a total of 166 minutes and had a season-high 57 minutes played in non-conference action against St. Peter's. This time sent all the way down, but an offside call here by the AR1 on the far side. '79th minute of play. After that offside, it was a good opportunity for Manhattan Soccer Club. Sent all the way down here for Hope. Collodi at the top of the 6 with a lot of pressure coming his way, but Collodi down for McNulty. And now a couple of strikers in position. It's Flax sending it up ahead. This time Glassberg on a cross, nothing doing at the top, and a big diving keep away there moment for a moment. Suhetsky on a shot. Flax goes in! Cooper Flax, the Wake Forest product, gets his first goal of the night. Manhattan with the insurance goal. 3-1 MSC.
Manhattan Soccer Club goal by number 27, Cooper Flax. Flax scores a goal unassisted.
Cooper Flax has a goal unassisted there by, well, really, it would have been from Glassberg. But with that one little dribble that Cooper Flax had put together, that's his second goal of the season. And talk about a momentum-shifting tally for Manhattan Soccer Club. And again, this is something that MSC really needed, especially with FC Motown threatening every single moment that they had, but MSC simply too powerful on the offensive attack for the defenders of STA. Well, the other side now comes Ziza, the high school junior. A couple of juniors on this pitch for FC Motown, and they are homegrown talent. They played at USL Academy as well as STA U19 team in the ECNL. It's Weir, now taken away by MSC and trying to, in essence, dribble it out as best as possible. On the far side, this time it's Rogers again. Does MSC have another one left in the tank? That's Falco turning it around. And off of McSorley, we have a foul there on MSC, or nope, a foul on STA. And FC Motown not too thrilled with that call. 81st minute of play we are at. And Manhattan Soccer Club with a 2-goal advantage against Motown. A little bit of breathing room, and a yellow card was shown. Looks like to STA. And it looks like Brendan McSorley will get called for the yellow. And as we said, a little bit of breathing room for Manhattan with everything that has gone on. And you can see a little bit of friendly antics there between Maximus Jennings and Max McNulty. Those two will play against one another next season in Big East play, Georgetown and St. John's respectively. So a little bit of friendly banter there and a little bit of friendly pushing and shoving as McNulty tried to get the team's 4th goal in motion, but it was Jennings as well as looked like Patrick Weir able to get that one out of harm's way. '83rd minute of play. All the way back for Collodi. He'll send this down the distance. Heading it back, and now to Tio. Up ahead this time for Linares through the midfield. Or rather, that was McSorley, and another some pushing and shoving here. Do we have a yellow? Let's see. Yes, we do. And the 3 subs that will be coming on. So yellow card was shown there in the 83rd minute of, or rather the 84th minute of play. Another trio of subs for Manhattan Soccer Club making their way onto the pitch in a few short moments. So the yellow card shown to Manhattan Soccer Club. Trio of subs making their way on in a few short moments for Manhattan Soccer Club. Another throw in. Motown, and they'll have to redo it. And I think the reason why they have to redo it is very simple, because they had that sub come on. And it looks like it'll be sophomore defender Peter Tolkien, who's another Big East product out of Chatham, New Jersey. But instead of playing close to home, he plays out in Indianapolis at Butler. Has not made his collegiate debut yet for the Bulldogs. In high school, was a 3-time varsity player, 2-time All-State, 3-time All-County and All-Conference. And the reason why he chose Butler is because it has big-time sports but feels homey and warm. The academics offered and coaching staff made me feel really comfortable. So Peter Tolkien playing close to home, and of course he's another Big East product that will be facing the likes of Kyle Linares over at Georgetown, as well as Maximus Jennings, his teammates here with STA. And then on the other side, we'll see what Motown can do here. This time it's Sarver. And now Tolkien. Tolkien, a little bit of a push. Any call? And it looks like there will be. Big opportunity upcoming on a potential penalty kick, and that is exactly what will go down here. And now this insurance tally for Manhattan could potentially come up strong, but what can Collodi do here in this penalty kick attempt? Taking the attempt is the Georgetown product, Kyle Linares, the junior midfielder. Has scored 1 goal in his collegiate career against Butler. Can he tack on 1 here in USL 2 play? Linares. Big stop by Collodi. A perfect read by the senior goalkeeper out of Columbia. It remains 3-1 in favor of MSC. And you could hear that from the crowd. A big happy birthday to Michael Collodi. And we'll take a peek and see how much stoppage time there will be. But a trio of subs making their way on for MSC. And it'll be Ada Okorogeye out of Amherst and London, England, the junior forward. Looks like from our vantage point as well, it'll be Michael Lorette and Lucas Barritas. The Buenos Aires, Argentina native played 3 seasons at Yeshiva before transferring to Quinnipiac. So Rogers' day is done. What a job for MSC. And an amazing job there by Max McNulty. And also Carmine Falco. Their day is done. And trying to poke that one in there again. And not enough. We will await the number of minutes in stoppage time shortly from our fourth official. He will signal that to us when he has that information as we enter the 90th minute of play. And it'll be 4 minutes. 4 minutes of stoppage time added on at the minimum. Big opportunity for Motown, and again, there were 4 minutes also added on against Cedar Stars. Again, the difference, though, is that instead of a 1-goal lead, there is a 2-goal lead, and you can give almost man of the match, if you will, to Michael Collodi. What a job he did there on that penalty kick opportunity. This time it's the speedster Glassberg. Glassberg on a cross. Big stop there by Alec Rowe. The opportunities continue to come for Manhattan. And one offensive attack for FC Motown. Manhattan Soccer Club says we have one better. Moving up, Cooper Flax. And now taken away this time by Patrick Weir. Again, a 3-1 advantage in favor of Manhattan Soccer Club. Again, the return game over in New Jersey, FDU Florham Park, will take place on June 17th when MSC travels to Motown, and an offside call on Samuel Sarver. Sarver out of the Big Ten. He's an Indiana Hoosier. 4 goals, 4 assists this season. Clemson, Akron, Maryland, and UNC Greensboro. And against Akron, he got the game-winning goal in a 2-1 game. Collodi down. Okorogeye. Now they'll turn it around. Sent all the way down for Motown. And now MSC with another opportunity. Flax. Up top this time. Now for Burritos. Burritos with the left boot. Okorogeye entering the 18. And tried to find Glassberg there and nothing doing. And now it's the 93rd minute upcoming. Time winding down for FC Motown as Manhattan Soccer Club looks to get its first result of the season. And another foul there on MSC. A little bit of pushing and shoving again. They'll move it over for Tolkien. Tolkien and a trio of MSC defenders coming in awfully clutch. So Cooper Flax is down. And with that being said, everyone taking a few short minutes to catch their breath and also tie their shoes. So with that being said, we're going to take a 30-second break here on Coach's Corner NYC. Corner kick for Motown. On a cross and tried to head that one in was Motown, and more specifically in Peter Tolkien. Final minute or so to go with Collodi set to send it down. He's taking his time. No surprise there. He's a few moments away from having to celebrate his birthday with a big W. Headed back for Motown. Couple of defenders again, taking down, looked like Linares. Back for Weir. All the way down for Sarver. Sarver one-on-one with Aki. Nassim Aki with the left boot. And a big foul there on Sarver. And Sarver's not too thrilled. Sarver not too thrilled with the call. He has to be careful for potentially a caution, and he will get one. Sarver continues to go with Popov. The time continues to wind. And Collodi. Collodi all the way down about 3/4. And a handball, they'll get it. Be a yellow card. This time issued to Tio. And now the clock just continues to wind, and MSC is just a few moments away from celebrating victory, but this must be the longest few seconds for Manhattan Soccer Club, as we've got lots of opportunities. And now MSC in the arc, about 25 yards out. Rather, give or take 22, 21. This will most likely be the last opportunity for either side. Off the left boot and goes in. To goal, and this one is done. 4-1 is the final in favor of MSC. Joey Jarzinka saying so long from Marillac Field. Manhattan Soccer Club gets its first victory of the season, and FC Motown falls to 1-2-0 on the year. We will see you all on Sunday for the W League contest. Thank you all very much for joining us here on Coach's Corner NYC alongside my producer, Neri Amaducci, Joey Jarzinka, Navraj Sandhu, Dylan Smith, and Brian Stewart. Joey Jarzinka saying so long, and we will see you all on Sunday for the W League game when they take on the Long Island Rough Riders right here from Marillac Field. Final score, 4-1 in favor of MSC.